Hey there, Silver Tongue Devil here, and in this live stream we're going to be having a look at the magnificent Swordsman. We're starting a new account, a fresh account. You get 2 profiles in this. I've already 100%ed this on normal. Now we're going to have a look at the Ultimate Swordsman mode, which forces the game to use armor physics for the enemies, which I kind of had on anyway, and puts the game into a hardcore mode, which I didn't have on. Here's hoping I don't get chopped up. Now, a couple of things about this game. We're going to start off in the... well, we're just basically going to go through the main story. Each main story has 10 rounds within it, finishing up with a boss fight in the 10th. The boss fights can be very long. We're probably going to avoid them for now until we get our character stats up a little bit. At the moment, we can't do a massive amount. 10% chance. Probably put 1 into that, and that's a lot. Yep, that's a lot. Now, we start off, this is us. What a handsome chap you are, eh? God, he's ugly. Right, so lots and lots of weaponry for us to play with. We start off with a half sword. Oh, and a cutlass, apparently. Okay, well, I started out with a half sword before. Problem is, you see, we're going up against armor, and so, in my humble opinion, something with higher stab damage and probably a better profile is going to be better for stabbing through the armor weak points. So we'll stick with the half sword for now. I'll pop the cutlass on the left-hand side. We're also, weaponry-wise, we'll have a look at this when we've got some money. But we'll see about purchasing bits and pieces. There's a lot of weapons in this game. The bows do work quite well. IDU faithful. Unfortunately, they've decided to use grip to grab the arrows. When? When will they learn? And we'll, as far as the armor is concerned, nothing that we can do with armor now. We're just going to have to stay in light armor and a lovely Norman helmet. But we'll see about upgrading that later. Anyway. Let's have a look at the main game. Now this one is... Ooh. Something I forgot to do on my phone. This one is a reasonably tiring out game, so try not to breathe too heavily on you all tonight. That's all right, I'm sure my fitness will prevail. I don't think there was a dog. Sorry, Von, I didn't see the dog. I know there is definitely a cat, and you can pretend to pet it. Okay. Let's get a little bit of a warm-up on, shall we? So, to start a match, spread your hands, pull both grips. Now, we can only one-hand this. We'll let this guy do what he wants to do. One of the things I found with the game is if you stay... Hello, Carl. How we doing, dude? One of the things that I've found with the game is if you basically put the sword quite far ahead of your opponent, quite far ahead of you, and threaten them, they will react. Whereas if we walk away, you know, he'll try and close the distance. Putting that sword out will get the opponent to react. And hopefully give us an opening. They are pretty dodgy, though. Look at him with... He's got good form for a fencer. I'll give him that. Ow. So health does regenerate on a Call of Duty basis. Think we'll even up the odds, shall we? Oh. Did you just kick the point, you idiot? You did. Okay. New tactic, look at Cutlass. Waiting for them to kick is actually, if you are threatening them with the point. I already did. I know, I wasn't even looking. But again, stabbing is definitely a thing within this. Cutting off heads is also a thing. Hey! Sneaky guy. Okay, I'll put a sword away. Give you guys a chance. So, hardcore armor physics mode doesn't look like... Let me just recenter. So this is definitely one that will get you moving around in your play space. I want your sword, dude. It looks really good. Left-handed, right-handed. Now, you do want to be playing for the weak points. In his armor, you will see there are weak points on elbow, just above the knee, the foot, and the leg, as you just heard him. You won't be kicking me again, will you? The face. There's parts just to the left and right of the gorget. Or gorget. Is it gorget or gorget? Gorget, I think. And hands. He hasn't got his hands mailed, so they're points of interest for us, as well as the wrists. Hello, Radius. So yeah, let's try and get a face stab, shall we? Missed. Armor doing what it's supposed to be. Okay. Upgrades. So we've got what looks like a longsword here. Nut stab is an option. I think he's got a cod piece on though. Oh no, he hasn't got a cod piece on. Okay, well maybe we will get that nut shot later on. So, what this game defines as, excuse me, a block within this game is interesting at times. A lot of the time, when your opponent strikes and you keep your sword in a threatening position, just moving your sword ever so slightly is classed as a block. Ow. Those kicks, though. And if we can... There's a percentage chance when we get that clash of blades. Sorry, dude. You kind of walked into that. I'll take this. Look. It's like Dark and Darker, isn't it? It's like me, with nothing, turning up into those goblin caves with people wearing 5k of kit. Difference here, though. Soon, the crossbow is going to take us some time to get. What we're waiting for here is if we can clink. It's these clinks of blades. That gets the slow time. There we go. There's like, I think it said, and you can increase it, it's a statistic that you can increase. There is, in the way that we're playing the game at the moment, a 10% chance. Ow! 10% chance that we'll get slow time. And it's one of the ways to play this game. Now, although clangs to the armor do hurt, they don't hurt anywhere near as much as us making use of the armor physics. Ow. A little bit more aggressive now, I think. Otherwise, we're going to get our ass kicked by being too... This is mine now. No, I can't. How about... Yep. Thrown in VR. He's definitely got the moves on the kick from. And that's how easy it is for you to die. Ow. Okay. Never mind. Maybe we'll stick to these. So another thing that I think is really cool about this is if you are dual wielding, I've shown this before with the shield, but you can trap. Trapping a weapon is legitimate tactics. I think so, at least anyway. Probably can't go for the stab in the face on this guy. Although legs on these particularly armoured guys, if you are using the armoured physics, see where I'm stabbing him? And you know when you've got it because you get that nice noise. That one. Ow! Don't kick in a sword fight. Stop it. Right, that we need. Ooh. Bigger, longer sword. If we can, one of the points that we can go for is right there. Well, that wasn't quite it. But you'll see there's a weak point here. It says it in films all the time. Hello, Beanie. Oh, yeah. I have seen that video, actually. I've seen you spraying WD-40 all over all the swords. Swords? All over all the swords. Yeah, that's what we call guns on this channel. All over all the swords. Over the guns to make them look shiny and new before you fire them. I've seen the videos, Radius. I've seen. Don't think I haven't seen. So, this is what you basically get from this game. Is varieties of different opponents on the different stages and different numbers as well. I think I've only seen it go up to 2 on the normal fights, but there is a zombie horde mode. You can kick. It's on a very slow cooldown though. And I often find that kicking gets me killed. Para exemplar. We definitely need some armor. Hey, Beanie, you're going to love this game. I'm going to do some Dark and Darker gameplay later. And you can guess what character I'm being. Hello, Bearski. This is... I've put enough hours into 100% it. So... about... 5 or 6, I think. Yeah, I did hear about that, Beanie. And fake, and... Didn't expect me coming, did ya? I need that. Lovely. Wasn't a fake, you got killed. Oh, that's the easy part. That's the easy part, Bersky. Yeah, this is native, so I cheat a little bit, Bersky, in that I have the chat read out to me. Damn! Oh, I thought I was right in the face. Let's try and get the sword angle right, shall we? Try again. Hey, there we go. Yeah, you haven't got. She's not wrong. She's not wrong. Oh, another one. How's about another? Oh, Radius wanted a. You've done yourself a bit of a disservice there, pal. So this is the other thing: is by having a decent, threatening stance, the enemies can as easily run into you whilst they're trying to do their little maneuvers, which is very sweet. Oh, 2 against 1, eh? Okay. I want one of their shield. I don't know about a buckler. Kinda need a mace. You do have a small telekinesis ability as well, so you can kind of call swords back to you. What, mine? Now, we played this a little bit on a live stream the other day, and one of the ways that I found that's really good for taking out a shielded opponent, because, you know, shields, right? What is this? How can I possibly get past this piece of wood? I mean, I could use the other hand, but there's a sword there. So one of the things that I found works quite well in this one, and would as well if you had an opponent who isn't very good with his shield, so if you can pull the shield to one side, you then basically can slip past where his defences are and go straight through there, and it almost guides it in. And I find that a fantastic shot. And the fact that you can do it is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So, however, when guys don't have... You're having a bit of disservice there, aren't you? Hold this. Ooh. That's more fancy than some of the shields I've seen on IDU. Looks like somebody's managed to grace us with a pot lid. Okay, we'll try it. And again, okay, so I can show you what I like in this. So, if I pop the shield here, he can't do an awful lot, because I've basically blocked his weapon. And the fact that you can do that is also awesome. You don't really want to do that, do you now, pal? You don't want to do that because they can still kind of jiggery-pokery their sword around you, but it's good if you can. It's a good finisher. Use this as the offensive weapon that it is. You can shield bash as well, which is what I tried for there and failed. Failed miserably. So yeah, but you can die incredibly. Of course you can. Of course you can. Have a saber. Okay, we'll try that again. Ah. Don't kick in a sword fight. You'll just get stabbed in the leg. And damn. There's quite a lot of armour on the back of the neck, as it happens. Hold that. Oh no, that's just a normal sword. The one-handed approach. Hmm? Hmm? Yeah. There you go, Beanie. Painted up just like one of your French girls. Tough. Yes, this is... This is exactly how Cornish pasties are made. See, you've been studying my native lore. Ah. So I think this is the difference with hardcore mode is kind of regardless of armor as well. I don't see armor making a massive difference. Is that I know how to play this safe. Oh, 2 seconds. Oh no, no, sorry, I'm not kicking. I mean, I could, but it won't do anything. You press a button to kick in this one. So, yeah, it's because I'm moving around quite a lot in my play space, and it's one of the things that I find is that although, so the PICO will let me clang clang. I want your pot lid. Steady. Can we get him again, do we think? It's a bit harder with the buckler because it doesn't quite, they don't rely on it quite as much. Well, we did get him. But it's the one thing that I do find with the PICO is the, although it doesn't, the Guardian doesn't show up when you're getting stuck on the wall. I think you were. The Guardian, not the Guardian. When I do my pass through, it allows it. I'll try not to. Try not to. Ooh, upgrades. Ah, okay. This is the shield we like. This is the shield we like. A couple of little taps and maybe a little fake. And then in. Don't hit yourself. Ow. Yay! Well, that didn't go quite as well. You can one-hand the two-handers as well. The more strength stat you have, the more effectively you can do it. But because we keep on getting chopped up by these guys, let's make a point of getting through this level. I did say I'd be getting chopped up a lot tonight. A lot. Hard game, especially in this mode. Right. We need a better sword already, I think. You know what they say about bad worksman? Needs a bigger sword. Let's keep a bit of distance between us and them. We will take this one as a spare, just in case somehow I manage to faff this one. Ow! So I think what it is headshots and body shots are insta kills, and I think, to be fair, it might not be a bad shout, Radius. Might not be. That's one. You do deal damage by hitting them in the armor, but you're more unlikely to stagger them. You're not going to get much damage. Like, you know, we can just beat this guy. We can just beat this guy into submission just by hitting him, like, on the head with your sword. That will work. Not as well as stabbing him in the face. But as you can see, things are starting to get... Hey, give me that back. Thank you. Things are starting to get ramped up a little bit. I mean, if you're not going to defend your leg, I'm going to take it all day. Now, where's that sword of yours gone? No, let's have... Hold this. There we go. So you can hear the clangs. Ow! It's a longer sword! Give me the long sword. This guy hasn't even got a cape, so he's not even geared. Ow! Ow! Okay, let's go back to stabbing in the leg and blocking. We'll take this. Thankfully, they're not very good with leg defense. Oh, thought I saw an opening then. Don't kick in a sword fight, dickhead. Ooh. Longer sword. Better. I need a bow. Ah. Ah, there's your nut shot. Ooh. There you go, Radius. We got one in for you. Oh dear. Steady. Those swords are sharp. Don't step on them. I want his elbow, because he's leaving either his elbow. I mean, if you're going to keep kicking, I'm going to keep stabbing you in the leg. That was the last. Was that the last guy? Oh, that was the last guy. I think we might have to upgrade swords. Or maybe stats. Right. I think we need something a little bit more... I don't know. Let's go and have a look, shall we? Because I know what I want to get. I want a mace. $1,000? Okay, well, maybe we'll have to wait for a little bit. Let's see. I want to... that's the other one that I wanted. Oh, they're so expensive. Okay. Let's change it up a little bit and try some of the earlier levels. Because, again, I'm not doing any of the leveling up of my character yet either. So we will get to that soon. But this will change the environment up. And the opponent up as well. So now we have a nice snowy landscape. No. No, we'll be fine. It's just, like, you know when you go into Dark and Darker Beanie and you go up against someone who's got an amazing level of kit and you're naked, like I like to do? It's like that. And it's not getting any better either. Yeah, war is expensive. Woo! Viking sword. I know how these work in Dark and Darker. Viking sword! It's super effective. The graphics are good. The one thing that I find on this is in some of the modes and some of the levels, it's a little bit mistier than I think it needs to be. And I think it's this way because of the Quest 2. Because a lot of games that get ported over to the PICO just basically get transferred from the Quest 2 and don't get any real PICO love, which is a bit of a shame, really. Into the Radius is one of the few where I've seen a notable difference. Ooh. Double short sword. So we should have enough money for something. What would we like to see? Would we like to see some sword and board play? Or some two-handed Messer? Grosse Messer? Play. I will get. I haven't tried the crossbow yet. Ooh, that's a nice shield. That's a nice shield. Don't shield bash. You might regret that. Damn. Yay, shield. Proper shield. Proper shield. The other thing that I found as well is I've seen a lot of people... Oh, rapier! I haven't done rapier yet. That's a good shout, actually, Beanie. That'll give you an idea of the finesse that I might be capable of. Who knows? The other thing that I was going to say, Beanie, as well, is you talk about reflexes, but I mean, remember that I've got to listen to everybody in my ears as well, you know. It's going to dull things down a little bit. Just because you're not capable of it doesn't mean that some of us aren't. It's a Viking sword! Viking sword! Oh no, it's not a Viking sword. Hey! These guys got much better weapons. And they're not quite as armoured in the facial area either. Oh, I had to say it, didn't I? Right, let's go get her. You can see rapier. I think that's a good shout. Let's start with the rapier. I will put the shooties on. We do need to get some decent armour as well. And do some level ups. We'll do that now. Where is... Making them up. We come preloaded with excuses on this channel, Beanie. Just because you sound like you're making them up. Mine are all very well thought out. Very well thought out. Haven't tried the longbow yet. I have tried the recurve bow. It makes this game very easy. You only get 5 shots, but that's kind of all you need if you're getting headshots. If you go for pierced armor, the crossbow could be quite funny though. It's not going to work like normal though. Right, okay, let's go for rapier. Dual rapiers? Yeah. I mean, we'll use one to begin with. Now, I don't think rapier... I'm loving Swordsman. I don't think rapiers will be particularly good. Again. I don't think... Let's have a look at another box. Let's have a look at... Let's go up against the Mongols. and the Gobi Desert. Wimbledon. Quite. Now these guys aren't going to be too badly armored. This is going to require them reflexes and the precision. Nice on radius, ideal. I'll have a look at that later. Right. First off, we need to adopt pose. Ow. I suppose I was asking for that. Hey, look, first try the rapier. What can I say? What can I say? Maybe we should have two. Double the advantage. Stop kicking. You will learn. Not the length on them. I feel like I can just stab this guy in the knee continuously and he'll just die. Easy. I thought so. Look, these are clearly heavier armoured opponents than I thought was giving them credit for. So we'll just start with the old leg swipe. Although the armour's a little weak at the back of the neck, actually. That's probably a nice point for us to have a look at, I think. Easy. Just like the thing is with me, Beanie, it's like this, you know, that finesse is like on switch, it's on a button. You know, what you got to remember is you can't just go for the kill straight away. It's about the entertainment of the fight, is it not? You never would have lasted as a Roman gladiator. Never. Concentrate on the dinging or you might get a point in the leg. Yeah, we should be cutting with these, should we? Might break. Is there a weak spot there? I think there is, isn't there? Doesn't feel fair sometimes, does it? When someone's got a much longer sword than you. They are improving the AI on this. It does work for intensive purposes, but I have found that there are things that you can do to make your life a lot easier. If you want to have a good sword fight, you can have a good sword fight. But if you want to cheese it, you can. Yeah. Yeah. You do actually have to be very, very precise with the points as well to get those stabs off. Which again, when you've got the armor physics on, that's the whole point. That's, you know, that's what you're supposed to be doing. So Stab first, ask questions later. I'm surprised you even know which end of the sword to use. You're a bowman yourself, aren't you? I think this probably does call for me and you to get onto Broken Edge. There's some new content on there. I think there could be some good bounce. Now, I'm not saying Broken Edge because I'm quite good at that. No. I'm saying Broken Edge because I think you'll like it. These don't slice very well, do they? Nor should they. They are rapiers. Not making one of the things I wanted to try and do more was make use of the slow time mechanic, because there is nothing more. Yeah, Ronan. I know, but yes, you are good at all games straight away, and usually I can't compete. But you can be good at this game, but I've played it a lot, so it should be a fair match. You and your natural skill coming up all in here, picking up swords and shit. It doesn't even... it did penetrate. Hey! That does happen a little bit. There is, be warned, there is a little jank in this, but it's that the vast majority of the time, it's that laughable and good jank. Not the bad jank. In fact, we shouldn't use the word jank because I know a lot of American types see the word jank as a negative. So we should say charm. This game has a lot of charm in some of the mechanics that it has. Hello, Rico. On the PICO, the vibration is really good on the controllers. I find that oh, sorry. First off, hello, Rico. How are we doing? And I find the PICO vibrations better, just in general. But if they're anything like what I'm feeling on the PICO, on the Quest, they're very good. Lots of what you would expect. Lots of what you'd expect. There's a bit of jank. Good jank. Woo. That's mine now. Oh, had to say it. Had to say it. Had to say it, got my head taken off for it. So, as you can see in Ultimate Swordsman with armor physics and hardcore mode in, you have to be careful. What can I do? Right, what we saying? So, we've had a little go with the rapier. Have I got enough for what I wanted? Falchions are very good in this. I want either a Grosses Messer or Claymore. I've played quite a lot with the katana. I'm obviously a bit of a weeb. Let's go. Let's get a Grosses Messer in the right hand, and we'll give that a try. I'll go back and give those nasty knights a little bit more of a seeing to. Oh, let's go. So the other thing that I haven't been doing so far as well, and it's part of the reason why you get through a few levels and it starts becoming, you know, you start getting handed to you very quickly, is you have statistics, and these statistics you get to put points in. When you 100% the game, which is completing the main story and then buying all the weapons, I will get a katana. I will get a katana. There's a very cool boss katana that you can wield that has poison dripping off of it. It's fantastic. It's my favourite weapon so far. So strength increases your attack, and also some weapons, as far as handling is concerned, are recommended that you be at a certain strength level. Now, I always, believe it or not, put my points into intelligence and greed first, because that way you get lots of gold and lots of points to upgrade your stats. But the problem is you only get so many points. So I want to put a little bit more into this. Yeah, I'll show you in a minute. I want to put a little bit into... I want to get this to top level. So that means there is now a 15% chance of us getting the cool slow time, because the slow time is cool. Telekinesis is just literally reaching out your hand and picking up weapons. You can increase the range. You can do... Taekwondo is your cooldown on your kicks, which I don't really use. Astrokinesis is... There are special weapons in the games from the bosses, and it increases the charge-up attacks that they get. What we'll do for now is we'll add a little strength, we'll add a little agility, and we see mastery. I don't think is worth it, because I don't want to base my strategy around so low a percentage chance. You can only get your critical strikes up to like 10%. I'd rather put more base damage in and better handling. So let's put our last. So we're strong, we're agile, no charisma whatsoever. Gave the charisma stat a miss. Let's see if we can chop people up with the big knife. Germans have got such a good way with words. Do love me a messer, although I think this one's a little bit... I mean, it's two-handed. Oh, can you half-sword it? Are you supposed to be able to half-sword in this game? I didn't think you'd be half-sword in a messer. But... swords. The fact that you can do that, I mean, we do have leather on, so it shouldn't be too difficult to half-sword anything, but there's certain swords that you would want to half-sword, and certain that you wouldn't, and I don't think this is one of them. You can store one of the swords as well. I'm hearing them. Ah, missed it. Slight curve on the point. Look at you with all this golden armor on. What do you think you are, eh? Forgot to armor your thigh, though. Well, that wasn't quite your thigh, was it? Yeah, sometimes it's just how YouTube works. You know what things are like. It's not moderators either. It'll be either settings on the channel or bits and pieces. Good dodge. Settings on the channel or just YouTube in general. It's doing the work for me. Ow. Oh, it's a good block. Hang on a second. I'm moving around my play space quite a lot more than I normally would. It's also got a little smaller as of late because of more board games. Nope. This one's for you. Oh. No. There you go, Norb. Job done. I mean, I haven't tried the virtual treadmills myself. I'd love to because I've got enough space for that. I always feel that I'm a little bit short on space. I want your pan lid, mate. Hello, VR Star. I haven't played VR Star. I haven't played Blade and Sorcery, although I do have it, so I will be giving it a look at some point. But this feels more like my speed of game. This feels more like it can be your slower, more methodical combat, whereas Blade and Sorcery does look like, you know, you can just jump in there, grab people, stab them in the face. It looks like it can be over very fast, and you don't, like, you know, you don't need to think about where you're stabbing your opponent. I know there aren't health bars in it. I don't know. Blade and Sorcery is more of a sandbox experience. The other thing, I suppose, as well, is Swordsman's only really just started. They've been going for a while now, but now that they're actually off of App Labs and released, Von was good enough to post a roadmap. Oh, look at this. That's the precision we're looking for. Kind of. Not now, though. There we go. Look, see? That's why you keep your chin down during a sword fight. And your shield up. And you definitely don't kick. Hello, Dr. Zog. Yeah, I mean, the one thing that I will say is, isn't Sword and Sorcery 30 quid? And this is 15. I think for the content that you get in this game, it's worth the price. Whereas Sword and Sorcery, when it first came out, I don't think so. Oh. But yeah, there's... again, I can't really comment too much on Blade and Sorcery. I can see myself, now that I'm kind of getting into this quite a bit, I can see myself really liking Blade and Sorcery. But I've always seen Blade and Sorcery less out of a game and more of a sandbox experience. Now, I know that there is a game in there, in that there is a dungeon mode. So that's something that I definitely need to have a look at. But I don't know, I've done a little bit, I've done a lot of martial arts in my time, and I've done a little bit of weapon work in my time as well. And this game's getting there. This game feels something more like it. Yes, there's not a lot of jank. Yes, there's jank. There's jank in all these sort of games. Like, for instance, hopefully it doesn't work, but in a game like Blade and Sorcery, you could get away with just running in and chopping, couldn't you? Not here. That's what happens. I mean, hell, when you don't run in and just keep chopping, that's kind of what happens sometimes as well. But with this one, you have to pick your engagement ranges and go for... I've already cut a head off for you, Norb. Come on now. Stop being so demanding. there goes his arm. Or his hand. Hang on. Hang on. I got chat to read. I didn't quite. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, stab for the crotch. It's a viable technique. Anybody who is struggling with this game, if you have a longer weapon than your opponent, even if you're playing with armoured physics on, thigh to knee, there is... hip to knee. There is a lovely spot that is just defended with cloth and leather. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to be macing it up. We're definitely going to mason it up later. I do like a good mace. There's that slow-mo. There's that slow-mo clicking in. Yeah, we'll be by half. Okay. What, does it increase the blunt damage or something when you half sword? That I haven't had much call for yet, because I don't... Well, in the hardcore mode, at the very least, I don't really want to get quite in that far, if I'm honest. Right, let me sort my play space out a little bit. I have enjoyed shield bashing. Soldier, you know... Right. Got you. Thank you very much. Brilliant. The fact that that's in the game is fantastic. And this is, I mean, again, this is not the sword. Ugh. Do you mind? This isn't the sword for it. I wouldn't half sword with a messer. Well, right, okay. Thank you very much, Gentle Queen. That is not something... Okay, well, welcome to the channel. Hello, hello. Yeah, the fact that you can half sword in this is fucking awesome. There's that point again that I was saying, just between the shield and in the nice weak point. Come on, come on now. You people in your heavy armour. That little point just under the armpit, past the shield, and if you can push the shield out of the way, the sword's almost guided into there a lot of the time. Again, trapping doesn't work quite so well. Yeah, yours would probably be better for half-swording than this. For half-swording, what we want is something that's got more of a point. Or, well, yeah, point or smaller surface area. That would be better. I thought you all knew each other already, Beanie. What is this? What is this nonsense? Oh, 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 oh. See, I'm glad you mentioned that, because it doesn't show that anywhere in the game, and it's such a cool thing. Now, some of you might be thinking, like, why is the fucking hell is he holding a sword like that? They did do this. It wouldn't be a technique that you would use often, and you wouldn't wade into battle like this either. I mean, if you were planning on starting off and finishing the fight like this, bring a fucking hammer or something. But you might fight a little while and then turn for the armor piercing side of things, just to put your opponent off, or maybe as a last resort. Ah, got in too close. I'm in too close. Bah. It's all because I changed. Okay, I have from the IDU community to yourself, Gentler Queen. The one thing that I think all of us would love to see in this game is the option to pick up arrows with trigger. Please make it happen. I don't want you to change it. I just want the option to be able to grab arrows with trigger because, well, speak to anybody. Well, okay, chat, tell her. How do we draw arrows in games? Let her know. Oh, there you go. Hi-ya! Excellent. My greatest hi-ya. Yes, please. But yes. Oh. Right. Slower, more deliberate. Might start using... In fact... Let's give it a go. Because I know I can stab here with lots of effect. But I don't think this is going to be great. Don't know about that. Don't know if this is going to be a great one against an armoured opponent. But one of the things that we do have... is that hand is not... The hand is quite well exposed for us. Lovely. Now, this guy's learned. I think he's got actual gauntlets on. Yeah, I think we just... Okay, so we're going to have to change it up a little bit. So we now can't go for this dude's hand. Although, there's a nice bit at the elbow. Hello, weebs. There's also that bit down there as well. Lovely. I mean, it doesn't have the... the finesse of the Messer, though, does it? Well then, in that case, Gentle Queen, it would be yourself that I would want to be organising a little bit of a giveaway for this game, I assume? Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Keys, keys. Oh dear. That's not how Pierce works. Let's see if we can get some slow motion. There we go. Stab. 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 Ow! Can also make use of the terrain a little bit as well. Where you going? Where you go? Oh, that's where he's going. Ah, missed it. Missed it. The one thing that I will say is, I don't know how it looks. I know how it feels. It's like most VR games. You feel like a fucking god, regardless of how well you're doing or how well it looks. And a lot of it is down to the vibration, as Rico was saying about, and also that lovely, lovely ting-ting. Oh, all in the wrist. Is this our one? No. Try and get that. Try and get that lovely spot that I was talking about. Damn. Oh, he's back soon. It's spot on. Knob, it really is. Ting, ting. Right, it's going to be... So, for the knight, as Gentle Queen is saying, for the knight's thing, I think mace and shield will be our most effective. The one thing that I have learned on this game is don't bother trying to take the bosses on too early. Carry on with the different stages. And the reason being is because I can see the bosses on this being quite a sticking point for a lot of people, because lovely, because they have a hell of a lot of life, a hell of a lot. Oh, you brought your buckler to work. Remove that pot lid. Oh, I went under his arm. Is there a... No fatigue. No fatigue, so there's nothing to stop you going, ah! And just running in there, waving your arms all over the place. Nothing to stop you doing it. Nothing to stop you doing it at all. So you can just, no fatigue, just go in there, wave around. The only fatigue mechanic in this is your own. Yeah, that's... So the way that I did it is I ground against the first boss for quite some time and didn't know if I was actually being effective or not. And one of the things that is quite cool is you can turn the life bars on enemies. Now, I don't like it on. I think it takes away from this game quite a lot. But I felt I needed to turn the life bars on to make sure I was being effective. And then after that, I found I was being effective. I wanted to... Stop! I'm trying to tell people about things. You're not going to let me explain at all, are you? So I found I had to increase my strength so that I could get the damage up so that the boss didn't take like 100 hits before he went down. You did that to yourself, idiot. But again, just point out, threatening gets them moving. Also gets them kicking quite a lot as well. You'll get a lot of tings out of this. That's an offensive weapon, that is. You will learn not to kick. Not on my watch. This is some of the junk that I do like. Do you want a moment? There you go. They do sort themselves out, but the fact that he gets his sword caught behind his back is fucking hilarious. Oh, I'll have your leg. Lovely. It's that... The fact that things can be done... I mean, you can turn it off if you want to. And it's not easy either, as hopefully I am demonstrating. Oh, did I just see something? Yes. No, it's default the life bar. Ha! Hey! Right, try not to get killed. No, it's got, like, I like the idea of life bars in games. I like it a lot better if I can turn them off. Life bars help you learn, and then for people like me, it can increase the immersion, or... Or, for people like me, turning the life bar off makes it a lot easier for recording videos and showing off the fancy. Like, it's something that I've been asking for the removal of in IDU since I started playing it. In fact, this is In Death Unchained, the game that I'm famous for. Infamous, maybe? Probably famous. Of the infamous ilk. I've been asking for them to take away life bars and the numbers for a very, very long time, because I think it would just make the game look better when recording, when playing, more immersions. Like, for instance, one of the other things that I do, don't know if it shows or not, I haven't got that big a play space either, is I do not use the thumbstick to turn it in games. I don't turn it off because there's times when I have to reset my play space, but I try to fight. Whoa, you guys are learning. Are you quick? No, you're not quick though, are you? Damn, missed it. Like, I would move. The thing is, you need both options, I think. It's nice to have them. I think it's nice to have them off by default for maximum immersion, and then the ability to put them on for people who want to learn, deep dive in the mechanics, and so on. Basically, the way that you have it is the correct way, I think. The only thing that I could suggest that you could put on, I haven't seen, but I didn't look, was damage numbers, so that people can know how effective things are. Oh. Almost had it. Oh. Ah! I need a straighter sword. It's this edge. Casual half sword to the head. Yeah, I think that's... Go on then, Gentle Queen. What else? What else am I missing? Because I didn't even... like, I know the half-swording technique. Or rather, yeah, reverse half-swording. I mean, I probably would have... yeah, because we were doing that earlier. So what else? What else do you know? What else you got? Oh, this guy's hand we can have. We can probably have it just by stabbing it. Little stabby stabs. Because you didn't wear the correct handwear, did you? Not for a sword fight. Oh, he's keeping it out of the way nice then. The hand bone connected to the brain bone. Don't know what bone that's connected to. Simple enough, isn't it? It's the simple techniques that win. That I am looking forward to. Yes, there are. I'll show some off in a minute. Let me complete this bit. Oh, there you go. So, we've had a look at knights. Oh, shit. Hang on. Are you frantically checking Google, Gentle Queen? Having a quick look in the notes, I am sure. No, to be fair, the half-swording is... That's enough to keep me keen. Even more so. Right, let's die a second, and I'll show off some of the other levels. So, we've had a look at knights in court. We've got Vikings in the snowy village. We have got... So there's 10 rounds there. The 10th is the boss. 10 rounds here. the Vikings in the Snow Village arena. We've got 10 rounds. Cheers. Is it an hour and a half? Bloody hell. Well, hour 20, yeah. Cool. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, we'll have a look at the Gobi one in a sec. The other one that we've got as well is the, like, inner pagoda of the samurai side of things, and then the end boss is just its own separate thing. And then this is where you go and make money and get points for skills. This is like a bonus level Pirates of the Caribbean. Do you want to see why it's the place to go and get skill points and money? Good, I'll show you. We'll have a look at the Gobi Desert in a minute, but I'll show you why. Because luckily for us, none of these pirates have brought any sort of black powder weaponry and no armor. Yeah, that's not going to save you, pal. Their falchions do hurt though, but it is literally a case of anything is quite devastating to them. Very devastating. Sometimes I don't know my own strength, I really don't. Good jank. Good charm. And we can... This is another thing. This is quite important to me. What would other games in VR do here? Wouldn't be able to do that, would you? Wouldn't be able to come up here, would you? And what would other games in VR do when you got to these stairs? Well, wouldn't be able to do this, would you? They would always box this off. And look, we could be an actual pirate! Can you steer the ship with the sword? Though that's where the real immersions come in, isn't it? All aboard, yo ho ho. Half sword in life for me. So yeah, this is why I think this level is A, included as a bonus, and B, the place to go and get your money and the experience. Because these fools can just be run through so easily because they didn't even bring armor. It must be one of those, you know, wear your own clothes to work day on the pirate ship. Nobody brought armor. No leather jerkins around, no leather flak jackets. No one's even wearing any cork. So, yeah. Bit of a problem. Right, let's have a quick look at the weaponry and then we will get into the Gobi Desert. Oh, sorry. It's a shame I can't turn the sensitivity of that down. There is a... Yeah, you're not seeing them though, are you? Oh, there you go. There's the board games. Definitely need to do Aliens cooperative at some point. There you go. A nice little snapshot of all the board games that... Oh, well, I say all. Some. There's a lot. This is what's encroaching on my board gaming area at the moment, on my VR area at the moment, is I've got some boxes to open. Anyway. Little snapshot into Silver Tongue Devil's board gaming life that I don't get to do anymore. And I want mace. Yes. And I want... I like the Palmer shield myself. Left. Ready for some Pika Vista? Beanie? If I was going to do... I was saying to Beanie earlier, if I was going to do some videos for this, I would definitely do videos of the attack patterns that are in Dark and Darker at the moment, and then showing them being used in... Vista is indeed a Vesta. Showing those same attack strokes being used in this game. I could do a really good cleric impression. Hope you're braced for this. I haven't got the right arm. Obviously, I'm not in the right armor, but Mika Vista Lenin. Now, for any Dark and Darker fans out there, that is 100% realistic and accurate. Yeah, I've been told about that. Let's have a look. I've been told that it's out here somewhere. A small chance. I thought it was always there. Steady on. Ooh. Also, here's another one of my world famous Dark and Darker impressions. Oh look, Ranger. Let's see if we can block some arrows the way you would in Dark and Darker. And ready. And come on. Shields up. Ow. Yep, realistic. And now it's stuck in me. DeLorean. I'm sure it's supposed to be over there. Light in the shades indeed. Yeah, I have been told about the DeLorean, but it's supposed to be out there. It's supposed to be off on one of the corners somewhere, but I can't quite see it myself. But then, as Gentle Queen said, maybe a timed thing or a chance thing. Now, the beauty of the mace with armored mechanics is it doesn't matter where you hit them. These guys are clearly geared as well. They've got capes on, just like Darker Darker. Doesn't matter where you hit them, blunt damage is definitely a thing. Ooh, should try, shouldn't I? I know, if I know maces correctly. Ooh, it's quite powerful, actually. Secret mace technique unlocked. Interesting. So we'll do a little bit more mace play. It's definitely my favourite weapon in Until You Fall. I absolutely love the mace. Just because, like this, it can absolutely can absolutely send people. Someone fetch me a bow and arrow. Well done, Gentle Queen. I love these sort of things. Now, one of the other things that I have seen in this as well, one of the things that I have seen people complain about in this game is that the hit mechanics are sometimes a bit spongy. Now, I think I know what the problem is, because I've been playing VR for a very long time, and I know that as far as tracking is concerned, if you do things too fast, sometimes they don't register. Now, some games get around this by pretending that your hit's gone through. But if you find, like, I can probably recreate it now. No. It's really difficult to recreate when you're trying to do it. But what I can recommend is if you're finding like your hits are doing that, like wobbling through your opponent, ow, wobbling through your opponent and not actually registering hits, a lot of the time, I don't think it's that you haven't got it right. I think that that is a limitation of the technology myself, and that's only going to be able to improve. Oh. See, those are all hits. These are still hits. But yeah, really swinging for the fences is not ideal. And to be fair, because you have limited telekinesis as well. What? I won't be able to reach that guy though. Not a chance. However, we will have a look at the bow and crossbow play in a minute. But yeah, it's like Jötunn, the slower blade penetrates the shield. Yeah, I'll bet. But I think they've done a fantastic job so far. I am very much looking forward to the AI. I think one of the things that I will say is, from what I have seen of Blade and Sorcery, the AI on this not only looks more realistic and is a bit more challenging, but it's the way to describe it. It makes me feel like I can engage in a proper sword fight as opposed to flailing. Don't feel like I need to do that, as I see in most people who play Blade and Sorcery, and even like Dragon Fist Kung Fu VR is very cool. The only thing that I would say, the only thing that doesn't look right, the only thing that doesn't look right to me is the fact that the same AI mocap for a short sword is the same as a Viking sword, is the same as all the swords. It just doesn't look quite right when they've got their hand on their hip behind with like this. That's more, well, for me anyway, that's more of a fencer's pose. Are you dead already? And it took 2 hits. But again, you know, it's reusing what you already have and, you know, what motion capture is already there. So I understand exactly why it's been done. Right. Little bit more gold earned. And then it's going to be time to put some arrows in you and her. Remember that weak point that I said about the back of the head? Oh, and IDU... Oh, damn it. IDU faithful, the shield actually works in this game. That was going to be my actual sentence next. Until I just got fucking run through. Always nice. Always nice when it happens to me. Not so... Oh, when it happens to them. Not so nice when it happens to me. Ah, tried to trap. That's the only problem with trapping in this game is, A, it's very cheesy. And B, they can escape it through unnatural means. No. 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 If in doubt, go for the leg. The trailing, the leading one. Next. Yeah, throwing in VR's never been A, my strong suit, and B, I feel like that should have been in. Had to move away from the mace, didn't I? Had to move away from the mace. But again, this is... So one of the things that I find myself doing in a lot of games is this game, and I think it's a hallmark of good VR games as well, punishes you for getting into that Zen state. Now, the Zen state where, you know, you're just going through the motions and you're just playing is great for games like, you know, Pistol Whipped and Beat Saber and your rhythm games and your scoring games and so on. Getting into that Zen zone, the hours pass, the exercise comes in thick and fast. In this, it gets you killed. In Death Unchained, as we know, it gets you killed. And again, it's just different kinds of games. But it's definitely something that happens in this. Right, one more of these and then we'll change weapon and we'll go and have a look at the samurai. You will learn not to kick on my watch. Placing one of your opponents behind the other. Now, although friendly fire isn't on, as in this, that guy can't damage this guy, he can stagger him. And if you place one of your opponents in front of the other, they can't both attack you at the same time. Idiot. Ooh, got laid out. And as I understand it as well, they are adding a lot of things to this. The roadmap is up, better AI, and a few other bits and pieces. I can't remember the rest. I think another arena. Oh, I got in too close. I got in too close! Thought I'd have my way with that archer. Not today. Yeah, that's a very fancy end for half swording or reverse half swording. Physics, gotta love them. That he did actually just put his arm onto the blade. You seem to become very strong as well when that slow time kicks in. Let me see if I can demonstrate on this young fella. Just a flesh wound. Oh. I gotta love that one. Alright, nice. Nice. I see what you did there. Now, welcome to my world. There you go, first little taste of bow and arrow there. And you'll be happy to know as well, if you hit in the face area, you do need a slight amount of precision to get those headshots, and those headshots are usually one-hit kills. But because of how the helmets work, a lot of the time I mean, historically they didn't work this way, but if you aim in and around the area, because of VR and how physics work in VR, the arrows are almost guided into the face. So all those extra little slits and holes, they're lovely. We like them. We like them. Right, so we've got 2 purchases here. Hopefully I've got enough for both. We need a bow. Let's just get the recurve for now, because I know what I'm doing with that. And we need... what are we going up against? We're going up against samurai. I usually just get piercing, although we can't afford piercing. So it is going to be a basic quiver for us. So you got to equip your quiver so that you've got arrows. You have then got to equip your bow in one of your hands. And then we will carry on taking the messer out in our right hand for now. And just to give you, I mean, you know, I'm not going to go through them all, but I'll just do a quick slow scroll through everything that's in the game so far. Beanie's gonna like this one. It's a dagger that allows you to phase in and out of reality and do dimensional jumps. So I think that's going to be... I haven't had a chance to use that, even though I've unlocked it. It should be quite similar to the invisibility clap that the rogue does in Durka Durka. Now, again, remember, I'm not leveling up. I'm not finding it too, well, he says, not finding it too difficult to going at the moment. You should, as you get the points for it, be leveling up your character's strength and agility, at the very least. Right then. Now, one of the things that is very cool, again, having to use the grip button to grab the arrows is not very cool. I mean, look, it even shows us grabbing the arrow correctly, but why grip? I wouldn't use my grip to do that. It's the fine motor skills of the trigger button for that. But the option would be nice. 2 ways that you can use this bow. We can use it the correct way, laying an arrow over the top and firing it correctly, or we can do the slightly more combat orientated or other way, where you actually... ooh, katana. Where you actually... oh, excuse me. That's why it needs to be on trigger as well. It stops things like that happening. So, outside. Inside. And I like that there's a difference, and yes, you can. And it does work. And as far as arrows are concerned, once you're out, you can simply just walk around and pull them out of your opponent and just put them back into your quiver. Excuse me, I'm gonna need my arrow back. I like your shield. Cute. Casual arrow collection service, just in case. Alright, let's embrace our inner weeb. We will be buying a katana again. Now, the samurai use their shields a little bit better. These aren't samurai shields. They wouldn't wear them or use them. They probably have a wooden board. Those are Roman shields, I believe. Same one as the we bought. Must throw when I get those slow-mos. Must throw. So yeah, for those of you who have practiced, who are well practiced on IDU, you will be happy to know that your bow skills will be appreciated here. Not so much on these guys. These guys need to be dealt with properly. Oh. Now let's retreat a little. Might even use that. Oh, not another one. Shield block. Stabby, stabby, stab, stab. Probably better with a knife. Ah, just the man we're looking for. So if you've been practicing your headshots on IDU, you'll be happy to know that eventually you can whittle down the enemy. If you go for piercing rounds, or bodkin arrows it would be, but they've called them piercing in this because I don't think people would know what a bodkin round is. But I suppose they would do from the description. But if you go for the bodkin rounds on the game... Oops. Gonna need that for later. Gentlemen! You've forgotten your helmets again! Oh, very much so. Very much so. No. Probably not wrong. Now, I don't want to have to pick all of this up. Ah, you guys brought your helmets. These guys got the memo. Okay. Right, well, fine. We'll stop bowing for a little bit. Just a little bit. Until I can afford... Now, I don't know if there's any historians in the chat. I don't know why people didn't really wear armor around the thigh and the knee area. Probably because, well, definitely in the samurai culture, I would imagine it is probably considered most dishonorable to attack an opponent's knee. However, I suppose it's quite a big, nasty area to attack. And probably quite difficult to armor as well. Thankfully, we haven't had to go up against any full plate yet, but one of the bosses has full plate, so you have to attack him elsewhere. Coming then. Ooh. Sorry, dude, let me... Oh, I thought that was in... That was in... somewhere else. Well, you'd think so, wouldn't you? But as long as you have a combination of correct technique... There we go. Ah, oh, missed! What a mess. Let's try that again, shall we? Open up. Oh, need bodkin arrows. Correct technique. And the fact that they're going to quite happily leave it out there for me. Hello, Fee. How we going? We're just moving on to some bow work. So you will be happy. I know we had went too ham for it. Went too ham for it. Went too ham. Ah, this guy gets it. This guy gets it. Let's open up that range a little bit, shall we? Oh! Oh! Creating a nice little block pile there for me, I see. That one, that was a bad shot. That actually bounced off of the shield. That one was a good shot. That was right between the fucking eyes. I do feel like we need... Oh, no, that's enough arrows. That's enough arrows. Just enough arrows. Funny how Beanie isn't watching this part of the stream, isn't it? We're talking about accuracy then now, would he? But yeah, it's a very cool attention to detail that you can do both. The reason why you can do both is this is for your more slow and prepared, you know, having to bring the, as you would have to in archery, bringing the bow across, but then that doesn't necessarily suit combat techniques. Yes, you can. Of course you can, Rico. I don't know if you can hold it anywhere different. No. Oh, that's a shame. I could have me holding it like I was doing on that flash poster. But yes, you can kind of use it as an ad hoc shield. Although, yeah. You have to get very close, but yes, you can club them with the bow. I mean, you can stab them with arrows, for Christ's sakes. I'm gonna have to do some clubbing now for Rico, aren't I? Stab, club, 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 club. Damn. Damn. Just like Beanie. Oh. It's gone to hell in a handbasket now. Yeah, this is going to get us killed. What about a little stab down there? And then one of those. I'm going to need this back, though. Get off. Get off. There we go. But yeah, the attention to detail to put both of them in is very cool. I need this. I want that Swede of yours. You can actually... It was nice of him. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Hey, look, the AI can only be so aggressive. One of the things that you can do as well, which I did like to see, is you can change it so that you see how enemies occasionally fall to their knees to be finished. You can turn that off, or you can change the percentage chance of that happening. At the moment, I've got it on the base chance of it happening of 33%. But if you like opponents falling to their knees when they take their last hit so that you can finish them off every time with some kind of dismemberment, then you can put it to 100%. And that's what will happen. They do give you a lot of options in this game. Hell of a lot of options. There's a lot of modifiers for us to play around with. I haven't even started yet. Ooh. You've been watching sword fighting films, haven't you? I can tell. All those little tings are obviously sword to sword. All the little crumps are hits against armor, which still damage them. They do have a life bar, we just can't see it. Sorry. You were doing so well. So well. Oh. And then things like that can happen. Where you're taking the piss out of the AI and then it just fucking throttles you. Right. Proper now. Where's that gone? So you do have to be quite precise. Seem to be lacking a little bit here. I'm gonna need this. Ready? Lucky we didn't get our head taken off there. Pick up some of these arrows. Yeah, no worries, Rico. Thank you very much for joining us. Oh, that was a good hit. That was a good hit, wasn't it? Yeah, not there. Okay. No. Right. Steady on. Trying to... The sword's too long. Come on, I just want to get the sword in the neck hole. Just have to go there, won't it? It doesn't help combat. I mean, it's very... Alright, okay, fine. It's very intimidating. It doesn't help. Ooh, ow. A little fake there, actually. We do have the advantage of our blade being a little longer than his. Very dramatic. Oh, look out, bow switch! Damn it. Damn it. Oh. Excellent. Right. Let's save up for those bodkin rounds. Try again. Even if they don't kill, they still do damage. If they don't pierce. But you can find those eye holes. And those mouth holes. Just wait. Thanks. You're a diamond. Yeah, no worries, Feet. Thank you very much. Most appreciated, Fee. Well, helmets do work then after all. Although this guy will be very low on life. So they still work even though we can't see them. They still work. Ow. Still work on the whole kind of everyone has a life bar kind of thing. There's the point that we wanted. Took a hit for it, but that's that shit. Easy. Right, is that enough for some bodkin arrows? I think it might be. So Yeah. Was there anything else we wanted to see? I mean, obviously, we haven't done... Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm starting to get my sweat on a little bit here as well, which is another good thing about this game. It's kind of... Well, as long as you're not standing there doing the archery, but then even then, you know, there's a little workout element to this game as well. You will get a sweat on whilst you're playing this. I play these kind of games quite a lot, and it is impressive how much they can get you sweating, even though it feels like light activity. Very light activity. There's the cat. I didn't see a dog.
What is your biggest weakness?
What can I do for you?
Now, I'm not going to play with the cat anymore because it's just going to get worse from there, okay? Because there's a sword on the table. So, let's get Piercing Quiver. Yep. Let's equip that. And what have we got? 1,000. Oh, Cavalry Saber, is it? Let's play with something that I haven't played with before. So the Claymore is a direct upgrade from the Messer. What's the Royal Sword like? I mean, it's got better stats. I don't think it's... Yeah, it looks almost... Yeah, I haven't tried the Royal Sword. Let's go with the Royal Sword on the right. And the... But I've been playing with the katana. I will get one. I always have a katana. I was using the samurai's katanas against them. Do need to greatsword now that I know about the half swording technique, or I'm gonna have to make sure I know which way around it is. Cool. Right, let's go spend some of these upgrade points that we haven't been spending. So, as you've seen, I've got the chronokinesis thing up to top level. Now, when you have 100% of the game, you can max out all of these. In the meantime, I would highly recommend strength, because it will just kill enemies quicker with even non-piercing or non-damaging, or not damaging, hits that just hit the armor. It'll also make your handling with the weapons better. Agility is also quite important. That affects your base speed. Vitality, if you've got your range down, you shouldn't be getting hit. I know this stream hasn't been a great example of that, but hopefully. Mastery, I don't think this is... You can only get that up to 10%. 10% chance of a critical. It's... I don't... Yeah. I know that you deal more damage, as... Gentle Queen said, I know you deal more damage when you are in the slow-mo side of things, so I don't think you need this. But let's get a little bit more agility. Let's get a little bit of vitality, so maybe we won't get one-shotted quite so badly. How much we got left? Oh, we got loads. Greed and intelligence. Now... Greed is finite and intelligence is finite. You can only purchase so many skills, and this increases the rate at which you get the points to distribute on your skills. So for me, from a gamer point of view, this is a bit of a waste. It will make things go quicker, but hey, we're here to enjoy ourselves. Greed is kind of the same thing, and when you can only put a finite amount of points into everything, then you kind of want to be concentrating on the things that are important, as opposed to things that are just going to speed things up. Humble opinions. I mean, we can get that up to top, just so we can do some grabby grabs. And then...
Drink plenty of water.
So this is what I should have been doing whilst we were playing. Would have made things a lot easier as we go up through the levels. Let us... So other things. So that's the main game. Once you've completed the boss from... I do like... Samurai armor is normally what I'd be wearing at this point. But I feel like I need to do things a little bit differently. Have we actually got any money? No, we haven't. So these are all the armor types as well. Some of them are just movement and defense upgrade stats. Some of them have additional effects. For instance, okay, Mongol armor increases your critical chance. So if you had a high critical with Mongolian armor... Viking armor just does more damage. Knight more HP. Pirate armor, I didn't see this until very late in the day, because there will come a time when you want to be unlocking everything so that you can get your profile up to 100%. Pirate armor is some of the first when you get to that stage that you buy, because it increases 20% of the rewards that you gain for fighting when you're wearing it. And it's the same as the normal armor, really. And the jaunty pirate hat does another 10% on top of that as well. So again, if you're just at the end game content and just want to get the money together quickly, pirate armor is the way. But then other things like archer armor, you start out with more arrows. Archer helmet, you start out with an extra one as well. And the armor's not too bad. Royal helmet doesn't do anything other than a massive amount of defense, same as royal armor. And then Santa armor gives you the ability to throw snowballs and have white eyes, apparently. Santa is in this. He is very cool. Well, it's not Santa, it's Claus, but yeah. Maybe we'll have a look at him later. So that's the main game for you. Then we have some additional modes as well. You have the ability to do basically wave combat. So like the main game, but wave upon wave upon wave. You can change the difficulty. You can change the arena. You can change what enemy you go up against, or that it just be whatever you want, and then you can change again what you go up against. So for instance, if you wanted to make this game completely into an archery game, you could have all of your opponents just having archery weaponry as well and coming at you. There is also a setting within the modifiers to give you infinite arrows. This is for you IDU people. There are lots and lots and lots of modifiers within the game. Some add, some take away, some stop you getting anything because they're like ultra chronosis, so you can play the game in slow motion if you wanted to. Others actually increase the rate that you get rewards at. We've got two on at the moment. We've got enemy armor physics and hardcore mode, because I haven't found these two well, I don't know what it looks like, but I haven't personally found those too difficult to play with, other than when trying to be flashy, showing off, or not paying attention. The controls, as well as I was talking about with Sean earlier, you do have the ability to hold or toggle. I think this is a very important... I always hold. I like it to feel the reels. There's also rotation in snap turn and smooth. I can't do smooth, it melts my brain. You can also change the rotation to a blink snap rotate, again, if even snap turn does you over. And there's also movement dead zones as well, which will, I believe, help you if you are suffering from any kind of stick drift. What else have we got? So yeah, just lots, and there's the show enemy HP, show player HP. Seated play, if you don't want to stand whilst playing a sword game, which seems very strange to me. I know Indy does it all the time, but he is a very strange boy. Play sound when dealing critical damage. Feel like I should have that on because I want to hear what the sound's like. That's gonna surprise me. Then we've got a sandbox mode, which I had a look at the other day, which is just dropping things into an arena so that you can have a play around. which I won't get into now. This one hasn't got a lot of options in it yet, but I have seen in their most recent roadmap that there's lots and lots of bits and pieces being added to Sandbox. So we'll maybe have a look at that another time. The Horde mode I want to show. Don't know what the difference is between classic, auto heal, modifiers allowed, hard, eat hearts to heal, no modifiers, deadly as zombies. Okay. I stand for... Good question, Kev. I don't stand for everything. There are some games that are made to be played sat down. One of them I am hoping to show off soon, called Ghost Signal Stellaris. But I'm going to be a clever YouTuber, clever YouTube boy, and I'm going to wait for that game to launch on PSVR 2, and then I will play it through on the PICO, because I've got a funny feeling that when it launches on the PSVR 2 as well, we're going to get some extra content for that game, and that game is already stacked and brimming with content. But that one is very much a strategy and tactics game on not a grand scale, but on a good scale. Ooh, what sword have we got? Is that a short sword? That's never a great... Oh no, that's the royal sword, isn't it? Okay, there is a reward for getting so many waves done in this zombie mode. Now, this is one... I think it's just this mode that I find a little bit aggressive. Maybe it's because there's 3 enemies. Oh no, 4, look. Okay, so, actually, no, 5. So maybe it's to do with the amount of enemies. Ow. Maybe it's to do with the amount of enemies is why they've had to put quite so much fog into the game. But this is the only mode. I played the strategy and the tactics games. You know me, I'm a min-maxer. Min-maxing's what I do. Ooh. But we don't need to eat it yet. I suppose we could. Right, what was it? Wave 10? Don't know if I want to do 10 waves of this, but let's see if we can do it quick. Let's see if we can do it without dying. Good. So, one of the things that is very cool is you can go into these buildings. Oh. Could leave that there if I wanted to. We can go into these buildings. Well, yeah, I know. Standard hero quest tactics. Diablo tactics. Fight from a doorway. They can't outnumber you. Although they have a tendency of not going down when you want them to all the time. And also your blade jamming on them as well. Which is why I think maces are a better shout for zombies. I haven't played this mode much, so I don't know if anything changes. But I guess we're going to find out. This also earns you money and experience as well. I felt like that was a good shot. It's obviously a crap shot, but okay. I'll let them off for the massive amounts of fog in this. There are like 1, 2. Well, I definitely saw 6. There was a back door to this place. Not so great. Stab. 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 Ha ha! Try and invade my fort. Excellent. It's something that I do like about VR. I mean, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you lean out of the window and stab them in the face? I mean, I'd close the doors, personally. you know, every other game, run around, kill the zombies, you know, which is cool. But this game, stay indoors, batten down the hatches, stab them in the face as they go past the window. Ah. Oh, I heard one behind us. Lovely. Wave 5. I think, right, bear with, because I would like to get something unlocked here. So I think it's getting up to wave 10 unlocks us something. It's a blade of some description. How many have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, God. Okay. I was too busy counting. Oh, no. They're eating me. You don't know where I've been. Oh, I was too busy counting. Right, okay. Now we know. Now we know that there can be a lot of bloody enemies, so I can see why there's so much fog in this mode. Right, let's try that again. Don't neglect the water, peeps. This has been some thirsty work. Oh yeah. Shit. See, herein lies the problem. If you just take overambitious shots. Like, if I miss that, I've lost that arrow. That's not good. Damn it. Has anyone seen my sword? There it is. That's not a sword. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Didn't realise you could take arrows off the bow. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get very far without sword. Cheater. But you could. I mean, you know what my memories are like, Kev, at the best of times. I think, because I was having a drink of water whilst pissing around, I dropped my weaponry on the floor, and yeah. I'm gonna need that. Ow. Okay, fine. Right, we'll complete this wave, and then we'll go and do something else, because I don't think I'm going to be able to do this without a sword. So yeah, but there's definitely better weapons to take this mode. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! What you... No! No! I can't fight everybody just bashing them with the bow. That's not going to work. Okay, so the zombies get faster the longer that you leave them, which would probably say that the zombies also this is a good place to fight from. Fuck. Okay. Hi, Al. Kick. Ow. I think we're just going to have to accept death at this point, because I cannot find this sword, and it's all going dark. The darkness is an indicator of your health. You then consume the hearts for some reason to get your health back. Can't leave the boundaries. You can kill enemies outside of the boundaries that you've got to fight in, though. I can't even see. I need more hearts. Oh, never mind. Let's just die. I can't find my sword. I give up. I give up, zombie. There we go. That's how light it should be. Okay. What else have we got then? Let's carry on chopping up knights, and let me show you how difficult the first boss can be. I've never taken him on hardcore mode. He's definitely going to take some doing. Lots and lots of leg cutting. As Gentle Queen was saying, there is definitely a... I should have looked under the bed. That's where they put all the swords. There is definitely a... There is definitely a sense in killing some of the other bosses to unlock their weaponry to then take on the bosses. Some bosses are definitely easier than others. I found probably the night boss, the one that's... Oh, I've got... Oh, yeah. Got the wrong bloody blade, haven't I? I have to change that. Oh, should have had you. Gonna need a bigger sword. Ooh, I forgot about the telekinesis ability. That should make picking the arrows up easier. Right. Now go. Music's just kicked in. Yeah, don't ask, Al. We've had that conversation already. It should be. On this game, it definitely should be. But unfortunately, they've gone with grip. However, we have had the community manager in the chat for the game tonight, and I've told her, I've definitely said, and she said she'll pass it on. But as I say, I know what I like, and I know what we all like. I can play it that way, it just feels unnatural. I have to think about pulling arrows. Ooh. Getting a lot more slow-mo now, which is nice. Damn. It's okay, it'll come back. Nah. Watch out for those blades, they're sharp. Ooh. Forgot there was a pot lid. Can I not just pick it up? I can. Oh, we've done that enough. Can I throw? Yeah, not to much effect. That's your buddy, stop kicking his head. Show some respect. Depressed monk. Hello. Who's that? If it's been a while, who's that? But hello. How are we? Hang on, let me have a look. Oh, hello, Doge! How we doing? Depressed monk? That's a new one. How come you're not Doge no more? Didn't fancy it? But hey, dude. Welcome back. Long time no see. If you'd have come in and said, hey, Rob, it's Doge, I would have been, oh, hi. Let's see if we can get the... There we go. Didn't like that one, did you? Come on, give me the opening. Give me the opening. Give me the opening. Ah, fair dues. Ow. Well, took a hit doing that. I missed. Oh, I felt like that was in. That definitely was in. I need this now. I've said it before, and I do like that I can trap, but you got to be careful with it. There we go. There we go. Blocking specialist. Oh, right, okay. Maybe I will have to live stream that again at some point. Part of the reason why I haven't so far is because I was waiting for the cooperative to be working properly. As I understand it, it might be now. But it is... I'm not surprised you can't, though, Al, because it wasn't easy to find out and it isn't easy to get, but you have to wait for the specific attacks that they do when they get the little glint in their eye. Those are the ones that you have to, and it's a parry in regards of like from Dark Souls. So in I can show you. In Dark Souls, like for instance, in a lot of games you parry by doing something like this. Now that's not a parry, that's a block in, you know, sword terms. A parry would be actively moving your blade to theirs to stop it, and then you riposte and do your various bits and pieces from there. Yes, this is ours now. Ooh, that's a nice sword. That's longer than what we've got. And you've got to specifically wait for the attacks where they have the glint in their eye, and then push your blade, or... I can't remember now, it's been a while. You do have a shield in that game, don't you? Or is it just blades? You had the bow. You definitely had a bow and you had a blade. Yeah, so you had to push the weapon into it. Yeah, no worries, Von. Thank you very much for sticking around. Yeah, I'm not going to be long with this one. So I've had a very long day. We've had our kitchen ceiling pulled down to be repaired, which means no kitchen, which means we had to have McDonald's for dinner. And I might have eaten a bit too much. That's why my sword fighting might not be quite as good as later on. Are you fucking shitting me? The best move I did in the game. The best move I did in the game. Swipe across, over the top, stab to the face. And so impressed was Swordsman VR. That's, to be fair, I've put a good few hours into this game, and that's the first of any of that I've seen. Bear in mind as well, I am streaming it, and headset is very warm, as well as streaming does to these things. So, right, let's... I wanted to actually show you the boss before we end this one. So what we'll do, Al, right? I got you. Hold on. Let me... We'll do this. We'll have a look at the boss, and then I'll go and have a quick look on Dark Swords. Let me make sure there isn't an update for it. I don't think there is. I should be up to date. Yes, I am. Have a quick look on Dark Swords, and I'll try and show you it. But yeah, specific attacks on glint, and I think it needs to be parry on sword. Hello, Al Rented. No, that's fine, mate. I'm happy to talk about anything. How do you unlock the second upgrade station? Oh, Dirty Prudence. Dirty Prudence. I can give you a clue, or I can just tell you, Al. We call her Dirty Prudence. That's the lady who runs the second upgrade station in Light Brigade, because you rescue her by beating the boss in the sewers. Hence why we call her Dirty Prudence, because you find her hanging around in the sewers. So yeah, simply beat the second boss, which if Onyx is still here, he'll name drop for me. I can't remember. The fat lady. Name's completely gone. The boss after Altair. Oh, yeah. Got outsworded. Got outsworded. I mean, at this point, I have to get the Quest 3, because from what I can gather, A, there is no PICO 5 on the horizon yet. If I ever get any news on that, I'll obviously mention it. Oh, she is... So you know where you start when you pray to Mother? She is above and behind you. That's... Oh, I was in slow motion, then I got too cocky. Yes, that boss. I can't remember what her name is now. Is it Les? No, it's not Les. Can't remember. I can do one better, actually, Al. I've got... not Al. Oh, I know, it is Al, isn't it? I've got 2 Als now. I've got 2 things to do tonight, then. I'll show you in a minute, because that won't take very long. Hello, Momity. And... Okay. Okay. But yeah, it's always been Dirty Purdy for me. because... Oh, that's that spot that we like. It's part and parcel of the problem that you have with armoured opponents. I mean, it's not ideal, but... I have thought about doing a Bone Lab stream, but I'll be honest with you. Doge. Oh, do I call you Monk from now on? I don't know. I know you as Doge. Monk. I'll just call you Monk. My only concern with Bone Labs, the only thing that I've found with it is, like, this is one-to-one. And I have transferable skills from the outside to games like this, believe it or not, where my, you know, control of my own body allows me to do all right at these sort of games. The only problem that I find with Boneworks is, and I know it's by design, but everything seems like half a second behind and not very precise. Now, I think that's part and parcel of how it's supposed to be, but I just don't get on with it. Give me this. Give me being able to replicate what I'm doing in real life in the game. But I always find it a little bit, I don't know, a bit weird. I haven't found it in other games before where... Does anyone else find that, or do you find it really precise? I know I don't. It almost feels like... It almost feels like I'm playing the game with a controller as opposed to me actually playing it, and everything feels a little bit behind. What's... Hang on a sec. Oh, Vajero, yeah. Yeah, it's all going to kick off soon. I am pushing PICO to do something. Definitely think they need that 5, and it needs to be a little bit better than the quest, and it needs to happen very, very soon. That's not to say that it won't. They might have just kept it completely top secret from us. I doubt it. I hope so, but I doubt it. Oh, I tried to go for the head. Let's hack your leg out a second. Oh, come on. Oh. We really should upgrade our armor. On that bombshell, we'll end it there. This has been Swordsman VR. We've been playing natively on the PICO 4. Fantastic little game if you're after something a little bit more thoughtful and a little bit more realistic in your sword fighting and sword play. I have been Silver Tongue Devil. Good night.